Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Theolin Francis, and I'm so excited to have you guys with me today. If it is your first time watching one of my videos, please do like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to have you a part of my community. Also, if you have anything to share, if you'd like to ask me a question, please comment in the comment section below. I'd love to interact with you. So today I thought, why don't I just pop onto my channel and just have a little bit of a girl talk with you. So in fact, it was actually yesterday where I was writing in one of my journals, and this journal is specifically a journal that I've titled as a soul care journal. So I'm going to actually share more about that journal and what soul care means in one of my other videos. But for the purpose of this video, yesterday I was writing because I was actually feeling a little bit anxious. I was feeling stuck, um, and I was sort of feeling as if I was running away from what God was calling me to do. And one of the questions that He asked me while I was writing was, why is it that I don't trust myself? So that question is a bit deep, because usually when we talk about trust, we talk about, us trusting other people. There's always like an interrelationship happening when we talk about trust. But how many times do we actually ask ourselves if we trust ourselves? you know um One of the reasons why I struggle with trust a lot is because I've been betrayed a lot, and I have betrayed um, others in return. But a lot of it stems from the fact that, like, when I was a child, I was able to trust people a lot. But as you grow older, I've learned that people have different opinions, people have different views, we have different beliefs, and sometimes we just have different interests, and we have different ways of thinking. So um we disconnect with people that we always thought we'd be connected to. We disagree with people that we always thought we'd be like-minded. And there were some times where I really gave my all to somebody, and they betrayed my trust, whether it was, them speaking negatively about me, or breaking up a friendship, or, whatever it is. I felt that I couldn't trust, that person anymore. And one of the negative things that I did was I would paint a lot of people in the same light, where I wouldn't give somebody else, an option to kind of prove that they are not them. Like, I would already have this wall up and not allow anybody to get to know me. So that was something that I really had to work on, and something that I'm still working on. But I was faced recently with a challenge, or I'm still faced with a challenge, whereby I have to make a decision in terms of moving forward and pursuing a different, not career, but pursuing something that I know God is calling me to. There's many avenues that I know God is calling me to, and all of it kind of works together in the end. So now, when God had presented this opportunity, in fact, I had a dream where, in the dream, the Holy Spirit took the form of my father. And as my father walked past my bedroom, he just said, "Come." And when I woke up, I knew that God was calling me. And then a few days after that, he was calling me to go into a specific thing. And I knew that it was God, because he already warned me in my dream that he was calling me into something. But I've been so afraid to step into what God is calling me to, because I'm afraid that I'm going to mess it up. I struggle to trust myself. And when the Holy Spirit asked me that, like, why are you not trusting myself, that's when I actually realized that I don't trust myself. And that stems from a place where previously I've made a lot of bad decisions. I've made a lot of bad decisions in terms of my career, in terms of relationships, in terms of friendships, in terms of behavior, in terms of thought patterns. I've made a lot of mistakes that that I'm actually starting to unlearn. Behaviors that I'm starting to unlearn. Mistakes that I've made that I've had to forgive myself. But even though I've gone through the process of healing, I've gone through the process of forgiving myself in certain avenues, there's a part of me that still holds back out of the fear that I'm going to make the wrong mistake. Especially this that God is leading me into. It's so much bigger than myself, and there are many times where I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I don't even know how am I gonna get it done. I don't even know. It's so big that I can't do it on my own. So I don't know who God is gonna place in my life to help me achieve this that is calling me into. So a part of it I've realized is also that I've been relying on my own strength, and I know that my own strength I'm going to fail. I know that I'm gonna make my mistakes, and that is why I feel as if I cannot trust myself. But thinking about all of this and writing all of this down in my journal, I actually realized that God doesn't necessarily want me to trust myself, but more so He wants me to trust Him. Now, when I say that God doesn't want me to trust myself, I mean it in a sense that He doesn't want me to rely on my own strength. He doesn't want me to have it figured out. But He wants me to be bold enough to trust Him, to be bold enough to know that He has called me, so He will equip me, and that whatever I have within me already, the lessons that I've learned, the revelations I've received, the preparation I've been through, He has placed it within me already, which means that He's calling me to go into that particular area because He trusts me enough to do it. Therefore, I need to trust that whatever God has placed within me is sufficient. And that is the message ultimately that I want to share with you, that if God is calling you to start a business, if God is calling you to go into ministry, if God is calling you to start that degree, if God is calling you to start a family, if God is calling you to get married, whatever God is calling you to go into, trust that He has placed everything you need within you already to achieve and to walk out and to live out the calling that He is calling you to. Do not rely on your own strength, but rely on the strength that God has placed inside of you. Rely on the fact that He will be there. He will lead you, He will guide you, He will fill you up, He will teach you, He will counsel you, He will be with you, and He will never leave you, nor will He forsake you. He has instructed me to share with you that you need to be able to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made. Yes, you've made it, and I trust that you have learned from it. But have faith in yourself. Don't hold yourself hostage to the mistakes that you've made in your past. But allow yourself to live out the life that God has called you to live. Allow yourself to dare to dream. So many times we think of our inadequacies. We think of the things that we cannot do. Yet we do not allow ourselves to be bold enough to step into what God has called us to be. If God has called you to be the next scientist or the next doctor, and you feel as if you don't have the brain capacity to study, nonsense, man, you do. God has placed it. If He has placed that desire within you, best believe that He will give you the tools and He will equip you and He will give you the strength to go out and achieve whatever dream He has placed in your heart. I think it's so outdated for us to always live in our insecurities. Yes, we have insecurities and we need to be truthful and authentic about it. I face my insecurities on a daily, but we should not give our insecurities so much strength and so much power over us, because those things do not make us. Those insecurities, those inadequacies are just lies of the enemy that is trying to keep us small, that is trying to make us hide behind the shadows, that is trying to make us live on the sideline, whereas God is trying to push us out and live the life that He has ordained for us to live. So I just came here to just give you that word of encouragement that, learn to trust yourself, but more so learn to trust that God will always be with you. Learn to trust whatever God has placed inside of you. If you have that dream, go for that dream. Do not let anybody or anything, do not even let yourself hold you captive. Don't hold yourself captive, but instead set yourself free to go out and to achieve whatever God has placed in your heart. So I'm going to ask you to also keep me in prayer as I'm going to step out into this new adventure that God is really leading me into. I know that it's time. As I said, I had that dream where the Holy Spirit said I should come, and I heard Him, and I'm going, and I'm asking for your prayers, just as I am going to be praying for you, to really take that step of boldness, to trust yourself, to trust God as you embark on this new journey. It's not going to be easy, but God never promised that it would be easy. He only promised that He would be with us. So step out, believe and trust, and regardless of who hurts you, just let go and trust, and trust the process. Trust whatever God is calling you into. Trust whatever God is trying to teach you, and just go after the destiny and the plans that God has for you. So that was just my video that I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope that you are inspired to go out and to just love your dream and love the calling that God has for you. So thank you so much for listening to the end. I really do love and appreciate you guys, and you are all in my praise. I love you all. Thank you. Bye.